Okay guys, today we're multiplying and dividing terms, okay? This is far more complicated than it looks, okay? We've got one set of rules for multiplying and sort of another set of rules for dividing, but they are relatively similar and simple. So let's have a look here at multiplying terms. So when you have a question and you've got multiplication symbols in there with variables and also numbers, what we need to do is we need to simplify that and make it a little bit smaller. When we multiply, the only rule that you need to follow is you look at your constant terms and you times them together. Okay, so you go 3 times 2, which is 6. Okay, and then basically your variables go along for the ride. Okay, and you just put them in alphabetical order. So I've got an A and a B, so I just put AB. Okay, that's all there is to it. You multiply the numbers and then the variables go along for the ride, okay? This one here, 4 times 3, okay? So I do my 4 times 3, which is 12, okay? And then I've got a T and a C. So I would turn that around to CT because I just want to put it in alphabetical order. It doesn't matter what order you put multiplication in, it stays the same. If I do 1 times 2 times 3 times 4, that's the same as doing 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. You're going to get the same answer. All right, next here, let's have a look at our next question. So once again, look for your constant terms. I've got a 9 and a 1, multiply them together, okay? I end up with 9, and then your variables go along for the ride, F and M, okay? 9FM. So that's multiplying. When we come over here to dividing, it becomes a little bit more tricky because what we need to do is we need to simplify. If there was any multiplying to do, we'd do exactly the same as what we did. Okay, over here we would times the numbers, the variables go along for the ride. But as soon as we've got a vinculum here, we can actually simplify our division. So what I mean by that is we can cancel some things out. So firstly, I always look at the variables first. And anything that's on the top and the bottom, I can get rid of. Okay, so I can just cross them out. The y's, so I've got an x on the top, a y on the bottom, cross them out, gone. A y and a y, cross them out, gone. So my answer to this would be 3t over 4. Okay, so we've just simplified it. This next one here, I'm doing 9ab, 3bx. Okay, so this one's going to be a little bit different. Let's get rid of the letters first that are on the top and on the bottom. So get rid of the b, okay, and the b there. I'm left with an a and an x. I can't cancel them out, so they just stay. Okay, but what I can do is I can simplify the numbers. I can divide 9 by 3, and I can divide 3 by 3. So once again, we're simplifying fractions here, okay, the numbers of them. So let's divide 9 by 3, and I'll end up with 3, and I've still got the A. And then let's divide 3 by 3, and it gives me 1, and then I've got the X. Now, I'm not going to put that 1 in, because when your coefficient is 1, you don't need to write it, okay? So if I've got 1x, I don't write 1x, it just equals x, okay? There's no need to put that 1 there. So 3a over x. Now this one's going to be even more different, okay? So let's have a look here. So I've got t on the top, no t on the bottom, so I can't do anything about that. But I've got a y on the top and a y on the bottom. Let's cross them out. They're gone. Now let's have a look at our fraction, okay? So I've got 12 and I've got 2. All right, so let's divide both of those by 2. So 12 will become 6 and 2 will become 1. So what I'm left with over here is 6t over 1. Now, when you have a fraction and you divide it by 1, we can just put that answer there as 6t, all right? It's the same as, let's say I've got a whole number, and let's say I'm turning a whole number into a fraction. So 12 equals 12 over 1. You just put the whole number over 1. There's no need to write it out as that, okay? You would just put it there as 6t. Likewise, if I said, okay, I've got 3 of these, I wouldn't say I've got 3 over 1 of these, okay? You just say, I've got 3 of them, okay? So with that one there, we actually did so much simplifying and cancelling that we got rid of our vinculum and we just ended up with 6t, okay? So that's simplifying. This one here, you'll probably find a little bit more straightforward. If you've got any questions here with this one, please ask. Just remember, cancel out, okay? Cancel out your letters All right, and if you can, divide your numbers. Okay, so do the variables, the letters first, and then you can divide your numbers. Okay, good luck.